Put your hands together for Mary Gillen Blythe. Yes.
Hello. This is so weird. Yep. So it's almost Christmas, and it's also almost summer, which is weird. My husband and I are trying to figure out what to get the kids for their big present this year. He's like, he wants to get them water pistols. And I'm like, no, my kids are not going to play with toy guns. They're ready for real ones. They're like 5 and 9. They're ready. I mean, I got my first gun when I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 maybe. I'm not sure. My sister did too. I'll never forget that Christmas. It was like, there was a pink rifle and a purple rifle under the tree. And of course, we fought over the pink one. My sister's no longer with us. But yeah, I mean, anyway, I want my children to experience the magic of Christmas too. Yeah, so people are afraid to ask if I'm American or Canadian. I'm like, neither. I'm from New York. So you can't offend me. Yeah, so basically my husband and I are opposites. He's from Melbourne, I'm not. He's a carnivore, I'm not. In fact, you know, it's kind of like we're in this mixed faith marriage. You know, I'm a vegan, he's not. And usually with mixed faith marriages, it's better if somebody converts. You know, it just like makes things easier. So when we were dating, I was like, look, I'm an ethical vegan. It's fine. We can have a fun night if you want or whatever. But like going forward, you're gonna have to choose. Like you can either eat pussy or eat animals. We have 2 kids now. And he is a very good plant-based chef. Yeah. So we met in film school back in the States. We like lived and worked in Hollywood for a while. But it just got too woke. We were like, LA, Hollywood's too woke. We got to leave. So, you know, like I worked in development. So, you know, all the movies that were coming out, it was like tons of remakes as well, which is super boring. And like, the combination wasn't great. So, you know, you've got Breakfast at Tiffany's, but like the remake is like, you know, gluten-free, nut-free, dairy-free, breakfast at Tiffany's, like a mouthful, you know? It's like not that great. And then, you know, we've got like, remember Pretty Woman, of course, right? But like, you can't tell girls they're pretty. I can't tell my daughter she's pretty. I can't tell her she's smart. I mean, maybe Brave, but like Brave Woman, like who wants to watch that? I don't know, like, it's boring, not hot. And then, the thing that really the clincher for me was when, you remember The Blind Side? It's like white couple adopts a black kid, right? So the remake was gonna be the time blindness side, where like a neurotypical couple adopts an ADHD kid. It's like, I'm out. Yeah, so we left LA because it was horrible. But speaking of ADHD, I, like many people, have just been diagnosed, which is amazing, and explains a lot. Explains my chronic lateness, and the fact that I need constant stimulation. And everyone knows that parenting is hard, right? But I had no idea it was gonna be so boring. I mean, trying to get kids ready to do anything, like to leave the house, to go to bed, to whatever. It's like watching paint dry, except you have to keep reminding the paint to dry. You're like, fuck me. Oh my God, it's so boring. Yeah, so I recently got fired from my job. Yep, my son, he's 4, and I wasn't letting him watch enough TV, and he was like, "You're fired. I was like, you cannot fire me. I quit. Oh wait, I can't actually quit. Oh shit. Okay. But yeah, like he's breaking my heart. Apparently the new like diss on the playground is getting uninvited to someone's birthday, and he did that to me the other day. So not only have I been fired, but he was mad. I wouldn't let him watch like 1,000 hours of TV or whatever. I'm pretty permissive, so it was pretty bad. And he was like, you can't come to my birthday party. And I was like, what? Nice try. Like, I'm the one organizing it and paying for it. And then I like had to cross my own name off the guest list. So we both cried, and he called me a butthead. Oh no, butt crack. Yeah, so it's really cute. Like when kids like, they just like, they want to like insult you and they say something like butt crack. And it kind of makes you think about like, like I kind of miss like the simplicity of like old curse words, like nowadays it's like, I mean, anyone can say like fucking this, cunt, blah, blah, blah. Like it doesn't land. Like I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. Like everyone says that. But like for instance, when my grandma got mad, oh my God, she never cursed. And when she got really, really angry, she'd be like, oh, hell! It was like, you knew you were in trouble. Yeah, actually, so my grandmother lived with us when I was growing up. This led to my parents' divorce, obviously. Yeah, so great idea, guys. And I basically said to my mom, I was like, we're never doing that. Like, you are never gonna live with me. Like, we are not gonna do that. Like, I love you. You can visit. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. I was like, I love you, you can visit, but yeah, I mean, we're not gonna like repeat like this intergenerational trauma. Like it stops here. And then I had a COVID baby in 2020, and we were like, can you come help? So my mom came from New York, and she ended up living with us for like 9 months. Yeah. Yes. And my husband, I mean, some of you have met him. He's so nice, right? But like, he's not a saint. Thank you. He's not a saint. And like, honestly, I don't even care who it is. Like, it could be Mother Teresa. Like, I'm like, you're gonna annoy the shit out of me after 3 days, right? So 9 months, imagine, right? And also during lockdown. So like, we literally couldn't see anybody else. It was just us. I had like postpartum rage, et cetera, whatever. And I was like, someone's gonna die. It's not gonna be me. Yeah, so we were like, look, you can totally stay in Australia. Like, it's up to you. Like, we love having you here, but like, it'd probably be a good idea if you got your own place. And yeah, so she had to think about it. She was like, all right, think about what I'm gonna do. And she made her decision and, never went back to New York. And people are like, oh my God, you have a full-time nanny? I'm like, no, she's in the freezer. Okay, yeah, anyway, so I'm in therapy. I need to learn how to create healthy boundaries. Yeah, and I often tell my kids, like, sometimes good people do bad things. Does anybody follow Dr. Becky, Good Inside? It's like, all kids are good inside. They just sometimes do bad things, Same with us adults. But yeah, as a parent, you end up like, you realize you contradict yourself a lot, right? So for instance, like my daughter started school a couple years ago and, started bringing home lots of lice. Whew, what a nightmare, right? We do the treatment, the comb out and the stuff, and then she's crying, Mom, why do lice even exist? And I was like, look, like They're just like little moms. They just want to like find a nice place for their eggs to, you know, like a little nest. Like they're just doing the best they can, and like your head is really lovely, you know? And suddenly I was like, oh no, now I can't kill them. Like I relate to them. I'm like, yeah, they're like they're moms too, you know? And as a vegan, I'm like, what kind of vegan like can kill animals or like, you know, and I can't kill them and I'll still call myself vegan. So anyway, so we were like, fine, live and let live, you know? Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so my son, he's 4, so he hasn't gone to school yet, and so he hasn't gotten lice yet. But he's got other problems. We named him Banjo. And, you know, the Americans are like, you named him what? Why? What? No. Like, well, what happened? Like, does he get teased? I'm like, no, it's fine. And they're like, well, but what if you want to move back to America? I'm like, well, I'm never moving back to that shithole. So it's fine. Anyway, but we would live in California, so it'd be okay. It'd be fine. Thanks a lot, everybody. That's all.